part 2 of how to hopefully prevent your squirrel from being aggressive or continue being aggressive. So this is going to be fun because they are a wild animal. The chances of you getting nipped are pretty high. I've had Hazel for about 8 months. I'm going to tell you the things that I do with her. I get asked all the time, why is she not aggressive? Why has she never bit you? This and that. I think these play a big part in why. So first is going to be diet. You want to make sure you're feeding them a proper diet. If you're not, they're all hopped up on everything and they're crazy. Nuts, you want to limit because they're all hopped up and crazy. I call it hopped up on nuts because they get wild. So you want to limit the nuts as well. I talked about both of the reasons why you want to limit them in part 1, if you want to refer back to that. Enrichment is a huge one. So in Hazel's enclosure, I add stuff and take stuff away all the time. Depending on the size of your enclosure, it's going to be different, but I have added logs, I have added sticks. I've got Hazel a little litter box full of dirt that she can dig in that I take in and out and let her interact with. I have different little cubes, little cubby things that she can go in. We've had cat trees, we have branches, different squirrel houses that we've built. You know, I've introduced her into like new stuff. But the one thing I can say is money. It costs money to do a lot of those things. So to save money, one of the things that I do is I just go in there and switch her cage around. When I let her out to play, I literally just take everything out and I just put it in a different area. So she's not used to that same routine. It's the same stuff, but it's not in the same spot. So it's still exciting for her. That's one of the things that I do. I do it outside of her enclosure as well. So in her enclosure, she has like her hammocks, you know, this, that, and the other, everything that I put in there. And when I let her out to go roam around and explore and things like that in the bedroom, I make sure that there's really not that much in there that she can get into. I still have to watch her, but there's not that much in there that she can get into. I have different kinds of branches all laid all across the room, big, huge branches on my bed, up against the walls. I have a cat tree in there. I'll bring in the litter box of dirt that she can kind of dig in while I'm monitoring. That's a good time to introduce new stuff as well, but that really, really helps because it keeps them excited, keeps their mind going, all different kinds of things. Examples of enrichment. She can crawl and jump off of those. This is a snuffle mat for dogs that I hide her food in so that she has to go find it. Her enclosure's a mess right now, but when I say like sticks and logs, like sticks and logs, different hammocks, different types of tunnels, different things like that, blankets, different rope swings. We got a little rope swing there as well. And then different things that she loves to chew on. We got a willow ball she loves to chew on. I buy these all the time. We have swings all over. This is honestly more cluttered. I will do a video on the enclosure once I put the rest of her stuff in there from being washed. More logs. We have a random bowl of different types of healthy lettuces, cat trees, and these are the logs that I was talking about. Other thing is going to be time spent. So I spend about 3 to 5 hours a day with Hazel. I know for a lot of people that's not realistic, but when you spend time, you really want to be there. So I'm not saying like let him out and just play, you know. I'm saying let him out and just be there. That's all you really have to do. Every time I let Hazel out, in between like doing laundry and things like that, when I let her out, I'm live. So I'm there, I'm present, she can smell me, she can see me, and she can hear me because I'm interacting with people online, I'm talking. So like when you get on your phone with your best friend or someone that you talk to a long time, that's a really good time to go in there and sit down and just sit there and talk on the phone. Because at the end of the day, they want to interact with you, but they also want to just go explore. So don't force them to interact with you. I think that's a big, huge thing with Hazelnut is she's not a show pony. I've never went in there and been like, I'm here, like, let's play, let's do this. I let her out and she's either going to interact with me or she's not. And that's okay because you're still spending that time and they're still enjoying it whether you're playing it with them or not. Stashes, that's a big one. So if you allow them to stash food or nuts or things like that, they're going to protect that stash. I raid Hazel's cage probably on the daily, every day or two, and I take everything out that she's not supposed to stash. Like, do not let them have a stash. They're going to protect that stash. They're going to get aggressive over it, especially nuts. Like, do not let them stash nuts. Like, just do not. But yeah, that is going to be a thing that you want to add on the old to-do list is checking everything inch by inch, making sure they don't have a stash. The other thing I would probably say is don't mess with them when they're eating. Hazelnut, I've always given space since she was super young. I don't mess with her too much. Like, I really just don't. I don't want to be messed with when I'm eating, so I've always kind of kept that rule of thumb with her. Hopefully that helps. Feel free to like, share, and follow to get it to the right people. Thanks,